When is the best time of the year to sell your home in the Philadelphia suburbs? One of the most common questions homeowners have. When is actually the best time of the year to sell? Because timing can have a real impact on how fast your home sells, how many buyers compete for it, and ultimately how much money you walk away with. And according to the national housing data, the difference between sellers in peak season and selling in the slower months can mean tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. In this video, we're going to break down when the Philadelphia suburbs real estate market is its strongest, why spring and early summer usually produce the most buyers, and what to do in those markets to produce the highest price, why more homes sell over asking during March, April, May, and June, why the market slows down in fall and winter, and how you can use strategies like the private market to test pricing before launching publicly. If you're thinking about selling and want help figuring out the best strategy for your property, this video is exactly what you're looking for. I'm Peter Stefanatos, an agent at Compass that services the mainline and the Philadelphia suburbs. I'll have some of my recent sales within the Philadelphia suburbs on screen from Malvern, Westchester, Villanova, Gladwyne, Media. I'll have that all on screen, but let's get into our first topic. So, the strongest months to sell a home in the Philadelphia suburbs. Historically, the strongest months to sell a home are during the spring and early summer. According to Redfin data, homes listed in March, April, and May tend to sell the quickest and often for the most money, with the highest percentage over asking. Spring kicks off what the real estate industry calls the spring home buying season, when buyer demand increases dramatically. There are several reasons for this. First, families who want to move prefer to buy during the spring so that they can close during the summer and move before the next school year begins. Second, the weather improves, which means more buyers are willing to attend open houses, ask for showings, and ask agents to tour properties. Because of this surge in activity, homes listed in the spring often receive more showings, more competing offers, and stronger final sale prices due to multiple offer scenarios. Now, why so many homes sell over asking in the middle of the year? Another interesting pattern shows up when we look at how many homes sell over their asking price. According to Redfin research, the spring market has the highest percentage of homes selling above asking price, with nearly 1 in 5 homes receiving offers above list price during peak season. This happens because during the spring and early summer, the market often experiences something very important. Buyer demand increases faster than new listings. Even though more homes come onto the market during this time, there are usually even more buyers entering the market at the same time. This creates more competition, and competition between buyers is what drives bidding wars, faster sales, and stronger sale prices. And many buyers would rather overpay than wait another entire year to move. Now, let's talk a little more about why buyer demand peaks during the spring and early summer. One of the biggest drivers in the spring housing market is simply just buyer timing. Across the United States, buyer activity follows a predictable seasonal pattern. Spring tends to see the highest buyer activity and the fastest sales of the year, while summer continues strong demand as families familiarize themselves moving and wanting to move before the next school year. Many buyers who start their home search in January or February are ready to make offers by the time spring arrives. That means by March, April, and May, you often have a large pool of buyers who have already spoken with lenders, they're pre-approved, they understand the inspection process, they've seen many homes, and they're much more realistic about what they will expect within their price range and specific area. So when a new listing appears during these months, there is often a large group of ready buyers competing for it. Now, why the market slows down in fall and winter? Might sound like common sense, but while homes do sell year-round, activity usually slows down once fall arrives. By September, October, many buyers have already moved. Families are settled into the next school year and the holiday season begins approaching. Winter tends to see the lowest number of active buyers, which means sellers may experience fewer showings, less competition between buyers, and across the board, depends on your property, but the average property will see longer time on market. That doesn't mean your home can't sell in the winter, absolutely can, but statistically speaking, the largest buyer pool tends to appear during the spring and early summer months. Now, why timing alone isn't enough? Timing does matter, but timing alone isn't the only thing that determines your success when selling a home. Pricing strategy is just as important because once a home hits the MLS, a public timer starts. Buyers can see exactly how many days the home has been on the market, and if a home sits too long, buyers often begin expecting more price reductions. And that's why sellers today are starting to list their home first on the private market. Now, let's talk a little bit about the private market strategy that many homeowners are taking advantage of today. Before launching publicly on the MLS, many sellers first introduce their home off market on the private market. This means listing your home as a private exclusive. This allows the home to be shared with serious buyers, top local agents, and brokers. The key advantage here is that there is no public days on market. This means you can test your aspirational home price, gather feedback from other buyers, other agents, see how the market reacts to the property without starting the public timer. You can also gather great feedback like from other agents saying, oh no, you should probably stage this, or buyers saying, oh, this space is pretty empty because maybe you're moving out. It can tell you, maybe we should power wash the exterior of the house. We had 3 people comment on that. Maybe we should refinish the hardwood. It's just feedback that you can respond to before going public. And that is extremely important because you can make these changes and then we can go public and have the best chance of getting the highest price for your house. And again, if a strong offer comes in, great. If not, you can refine your pricing strategy before the home ever even goes public. Then when the home does hit the MLS and we go public, it launches with stronger positioning and a better chance of creating buyer competition after we make the changes that we learned from the private market launch. Now, the strategy many sellers are using today, because of everything we just discussed, many sellers today are using a 2-step strategy, and this is what I recommend to all of my clients. We start on the private market, we test your aspirational price, gather real feedback, then we make adjustments based on the feedback and launch publicly on the MLS if we need to. Once the pricing, staging, timing, and marketing strategy is all refined, the home can go live publicly with stronger positioning. This approach is what we recommend for the Philly suburbs. I'll actually have a few of my recent sales on screen here where I either represented buyers or sellers, where many of these properties were first listed on the private market. Now, let's conclude here. So when is the best time of the year to sell your home within the Philadelphia suburbs? Historically, the strongest window is spring and early summer, when buyer demand is highest and competition between buyers often pushes prices higher. But timing alone, again, is not everything. The smartest sellers combine good timing with the right strategy, often starting on the private market before launching publicly. If you're thinking about selling and want help building the right strategy for your property, contact us or click the link down below. Let us know your situation. I'll also have my email, phone number on screen. Feel free to email or give us a call. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more insights about the Philadelphia suburbs real estate market as we make lots of videos about it. Again, it's been Peter Stefanatos with Compass, servicing the main line and Philly suburbs. Thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, everyone.